All right, guys, I am back to do that long-awaited video on the things that I like to use the most and the things I think that are the most beneficial. So, first is, this is the glue I use for glue sticks. It's Scotch Create. It's photo safe, and it's a multi-purpose. It works on a lot of stuff. The next glue that I like is Art Glitter Glue. If you live in cold climates, you're not going to be able to get that all year round. You'll have to, because they won't ship it if it's under 55 degrees, I believe. And then I have the fine tip here. And I know on Amazon you can order this stuff. There's probably some other shops like on Etsy that sell it as well. I just happened to get mine at on Amazon, and I love this here. This is, as you can tell, I'm in desperate need of a new one. This one I got from Amy at Glamping and Glitter on Etsy, and I'll try to remember to link her shop. If you don't see it, let me know. And it's just a pin with a really cute topper. The ones that you order from Amazon, it just has the pin, so also helpful and handy there. I also use these little guys. I got these at Walmart. I'm sure you can get them anywhere. They're just little Fiskars. They're called Fiskars Easy Action. Let's see, another glue that I use quite frequently. I like these two. The original Tacky Glue. This I actually use for more fabrics than anything else, because it doesn't, the darker the fabric, the more this is going to leak through and give you spots. This, however, does not. So that's what I use that for, is if I'm using dark fabrics on a cover, then I use the Tacky Glue. This I use as a heavy duty glue. And like you saw in one of the last videos, this one here, I ended up having to use Fabri-Tac to get these butterflies to stick down to the tea bag. So then the other useful things obviously are scissors, ruler. Would you mind letting the dogs in, honey? Okay, thank you. Scissors, rulers, for tearing. One of my other invaluable tools is this corner rounder. It's a Crocodile by We Are Memory Keepers. I use this almost in every project, so I would say that's a good purchase. I didn't have this for a long time and did okay, but now that I have it, and I can't get it out of the thing here, is my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. I love this piece. And then a 1-inch punch. This one happens to be a photo studio, right? Yeah, paper studio, sorry, at Hobby Lobby. So those are really like the basic things that I think every crafter should have. Now, when you're getting more into things, cutters like this are very handy. Not necessary, but I like the guillotines more than I like the sliders. I do have my big heavy duty one that I use a lot when I'm mass making things, because it does cut through lots of paper, but again, unnecessary. All right, so now we have like the basics. So let me go back into another basic would be a bone folder. And most of the time, let me grab it. Most of the time when you buy like a scoreboard or like the envelope punch or anything really by We Are Memory Keepers, they already have a score tool that comes with it, or bone folder is what some people call them. So those, like I said, those are all kind of the basics. The other tools that I find invaluable when I'm doing these things are, you're going to want a Pokey Tool. I guess that goes into the necessity ones, kind of. I mean, I don't know. if you're just doing like altered books or like altering a notebook or something like that, obviously a Pokey Tool isn't necessary. This is actually, this came out of a kit I got at Harbor Freight, and it came with several of them, and they were like I think it was like $7, and like 5 or 6 came in there. It wasn't too awful expensive. Those I use all the time. These I use quite a bit, you see on the videos, and I got those at the dollar store, and then my mom also got some at the dollar store for me a while back, so those are very handy. Really, I would say you could probably get a good start on things, probably for like $30 or under, because it doesn't take a lot. I have a lot just because I have been doing this for like 4 or 5 years. So just collecting over the way. Another favorite item I have is my oxide. This particular ink dauber comes from Shell and Clint over at Rambling Crafters. I also have these. I prefer this one to this one just because it's easier on your hand and when you're inking a lot, but these are perfectly good too. I think these run that's probably like $5 or $6 for 2 of them, and it's by Ranger Ink. I know that you can get them at Hobby Lobbies, and I know that you can get them also at like on Amazon, but my preferred are these here. And the cool thing about Clinton Shell's daubers is they're all original, and a lot of them are, I believe, out of pine or aspen. So yeah, it comes with the natural parts of wood. So yeah, I have a couple of those. And then I'm trying to think, if you're going to get into stamping, by far one of the cheapest things you can purchase from like Tuesday Morning, Hobby Lobby, that sort of thing, is like generic stamps, like word stamps, that sort of thing, is you're going to want to try to find acrylic blocks. They are very, very, very handy. Trying to think. Things I touch like on a regular basis. Punches are always helpful. So if like you're at garage sales and you run across punches are really good. And obviously paper. Another one of my tools that was a gift from Amy at Crafty Cat is this is a they call it a book cradle. And so what that allows you to do is to put your signatures in there. Fold a piece of paper and we'll show you. So you would just lay your signature in there, and especially if it's a 1 signature journal, then you can just, I usually start middle hole, upper hole, and it actually usually works better with more paper apparently. So yeah, so that's what I do, is just poke it down in there. And this is by far one of my favorites. Scraps pretty much of any kind. Of course, I get a lot of my bling from the dollar store. I find that really helpful. They're usually a good source for all colors of these. And a good cutting mat, like, I think you have several choices when it comes to a crafting mat, obviously. This one is the Arteza. This one's a little bit more spendy up front, but it has lasted, I've had it for over a year now. My son got it for me for Christmas last year. And you can really tell, I mean, it's taken a beating, however many videos I've recorded with it, plus all the hours that I craft on it. This is a good mat. What else? Really, I think that's pretty much to get you started. That is really the basics that I prefer. When I started out, I just bought a lot of my ribbons and like laces and stuff. Sometimes the dollar store will have them, or like Hobby Lobby will be running sales on laces and ribbons. I get them at that lower cost quite a bit. Of course, you can always go to like antique markets if you're looking to spend a little bit more on like antique laces and that sort of thing. And I would really encourage you to save everything. Like I save all the little bits. Even if they're like really small. I have some really tiny little bits in here. Yeah, I just save it all because when you do that, then it's easy to make like the Snippet Rolls, which look like these here. All these are like just little tiny little scraps of laces and little odd ends of fabrics. And we can make one of these. I've made them before on camera, and later in the spring we can make some more. And I can show you how that's done. But yeah, and these type of little flowers you can still buy at Hobby Lobby. So really you don't need a ton. And the one thing I really love about junk journaling is you can incorporate a lot of different craft supplies from like other things that you've done. Like if you're a sewer or a quilter, if you did do memory books and things like that, like scrapbooking before, a lot of these same things are going to work in your junk journaling thing. So you don't really need to invest a ton if you've already done that kind of thing. So I hope that helps. I don't even know how many minutes I've been talking about it, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's what I do. And keep in mind too, if you are on a budget, go to the dollar store and get rolls of gauze and then bring it home and use your old food coloring. That is always a great option. This particular is a cheesecloth thing that I found at the dollar store, and I just used Rit dye, an old bottle of Rit dye, to make these. So, and that makes a really great layering piece. Yeah, it doesn't take a ton to get started. All your junk envelopes, save all of those. You can tea and coffee dye them, or, you know, if you have, you know, old Easter egg dyes, I mean, you can use anything really to dye your stuff. I've used spinach before. That does a really nice light green by just boiling it. So like if it's about on the verge of going bad, or like, you know, I hate to say it this way, but like if your spinach is like slimy, just rinse off the slime and then boil it down and use the juice to dye your papers. What else? Markers are always good too. That's I don't use those quite as much as I used to now that I have like a variety of inks. And really watch like Hobby Lobby and sometimes Michael's, very rarely Joann's, but watch for that, because they a lot of these inks I didn't even pay like the full like $6 or $7 that they normally are. I'll wait till like the seasons change, and they'll like I think gosh, I think I paid like $1.50 for a lot of these. Like maybe not this color, but like colors that they're discontinuing. Like this one, I believe, is now discontinued. Let me pull this blue out. It's Bluebird. I think I only paid like $1.49 for it on clearance. So there's really, like I said, just keep an eye on the sales, but remember that just because it's on sale doesn't mean you need it. And I do use a lot of the pastes. Who are they by? Prima. The Prima waxes and stuff. However, before I ever even got those kind of things, I used like Deco Art, and it does the same thing. Anything metallic, and I use this, which I think it's $7.99 for this jar. and I think it was probably, I used a 40 or 50% off coupon, or it was on sale. And so it was half price, and I've had this for like 6 years. So you can dab it on your finger and finish it off like we did on that cover a few weeks ago. These are generally like $1.50 or under at Walmart. And obviously a little goes a long way. So you can finish, like if you have 50 cents or $1, but don't have like the $4 or $5 to get one of the inks, that is a perfectly good exchange. And I'll show you really quick kind of what I mean by that. Because I have a card up here that it would work for. You would just take it and put it a little on your finger, and you just go around the edges like that, and it kind of gives you still a finished look. Or like if you have a bunch of paints left over from other crafts, by all means. I mean, that's what's so unique about junk journaling, I think, is that you really can use just about any kind of supply you already have. Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, she paints a lot of her stuff with old house paint. Like a lot of her papers are painted papers from old house paint. So really, this is one of those crafts you really can do quite a bit with. And a lot of you know, I really like let's set that up out of the way. I really like the pearls, liquid pearls. And I think they also are called Stipples by a different company. I don't have any of that brand, but they work the same as these here. You know, obviously you can make them bigger or smaller. I use those a lot. Let me show you what those look like, just in case. It's these right here, and they're liquid pearls. This one happens to be dark chocolate. I have probably like 7 different colors. And I don't actually remember where I find most of them. I know I got some from an old brick and mortar store that used to be open. So yeah, like I said, you can easily, if you've already got half of what I just showed you, like the scissors and the rulers and all that stuff, you really don't have to be spending a ton of money on things. If you have old books just lying around that you no longer need, then gut them and start a junk journal. Yeah, and that serves 2 purposes. If you gutted it and used regular paper, then you can use the book pages to make pockets. So yeah, a quick trip to a dollar store or like a Dollar General really would probably save you a ton of money and get you a ton of fun. So yeah, let me know if this was helpful. If you guys would like a more in-depth of the other supplies that I really enjoy using, let me know in the comments. But if not, have a great rest of your day, and we'll just talk to you soon. Bye guys.